7:50 at KNEB. Time now for News Extra, brought to you by First State Bank in Scottsbluff and Gering. And here again is Kevin Mooney.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. We have a couple of folks here. Amy Seiler from the Nebraska Forest Service, been a regular guest on the show. And we get Todd Fillipi from the NRD to join her today. And we're going to talk about a tree pruning workshop and wood use demonstration. This is coming up this Thursday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. over at the North Platte NRD office. So, Todd, kind of explain what we're going to do as far as the tree pruning portion. That's in the morning, right?
Correct. The morning portion will be a tree pruning workshop. We'll have our partner with the Nebraska Forest Service, Doak Nickerson, down to help show folks proper pruning methods, kind of discuss a little bit about why it's important for us to prune those trees, start an early schedule early on in the life of that tree. Additionally, show you some of the tools to properly do that. Additionally, we'll talk about some of the other tree programs available to the public here in the district.
Has to be technique. It's here technique. So there's a certain way you're supposed to do it, right?
Correct. There's proper technique to do it. Otherwise, you can do a lot of damage to a tree by improper technique management of that tree. So definitely some appropriate cuts and everything else that a person should be doing on those trees to make sure they're good and healthy and happy in the long run.
All right. If you have are we pruning young trees here, mature trees? What are we doing?
A little of both. If anybody's been by the NRD office, you kind of see what we have around the office. There's a little bit of the young ones and old ones. He'll prune a little on all of them, just to give you a little idea across the gambit as far as what a person should be doing.
And what are the benefits of actually pruning trees?
To start with, you're going to have a lot healthier tree, obviously, but additionally, it's going to provide better things for the environment, wildlife, everything else is going to use those trees as well by just having a proper, healthy tree. Yeah,
and you need the proper tools. That's one of the other things. So maybe you think you've got the tools at home, but maybe not, right?
Correct. And Doak will go over that and show you everything that he's learned over the years and his proper tools as far as making those proper cuts and everything on those trees to be able to do things right.
And the window for doing this is, we maybe should have started it in this last couple, 3 weeks, but you can still do it for another few weeks, right?
Right. We're getting towards the tail end of things. March is kind of prime time before those trees really start to bud out and do a whole lot. You want to be cutting them back and getting them ready for the growing season.
All right. We'll talk to Amy about the chipper demonstration part of this workshop right after this.
Hey, Nebraska, Dave Ramsey here. When I get asked where you should keep your money, for me it's a no-brainer. Locally owned community banks like First State Bank in Scottsbluff and Gering. They offer all the bells and whistles of the big banks, but with free checking that includes free e-statements, free online banking, and no-charge First mobile banking. Free ATM transactions nationwide, and no monthly maintenance fees. First State Bank, Scottsbluff and Gering. Member FDIC.
All right, we're back on News Extra. We are discussing a tree pruning workshop and wood use demonstration. This is on this Thursday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. over at the North Platte NRD office. We have Todd Fillipi here from the NRD. Talked about the tree pruning part of this before our break. Now we're going to talk about the wood use demonstration coming up. For those of you that don't know where the North Platte NRD is, that's up there on Airport Road as you're driving up to the airport. It's not hard to find. And so, Amy, we got through the tree pruning thing here with Doak. So what do we do in the afternoon?
Well, something that we need to consider after we've done all this pruning is what do we do with this wood waste that we have produced? And it's kind of concerning in communities. We create all this waste and then we take it to our landfills. And we feel like there's some other alternatives out there instead of just taking all of this waste to the landfills. So the first demonstration in the afternoon will be at the NRD, and a private homeowner, Philip Schmidt, has a wood chipper, and he's going to be demonstrating that and just showcasing how even a homeowner can get a chipper and reuse that wood in a more productive way than just taking it to the landfill. The second thing that we'll be doing is taking a little field trip out to a mill out in the country. Another homeowner, Bill Hewley, has a bandsaw mill, and he's going to be showing us what the different types of community trees look like when they're milled down. So we'll be looking at hackberry and honey locust, some of these trees that you wouldn't normally expect to see milled down, and we'll see how Bill uses some of that urban lumber in some of the things that he's made.
Yeah, Bill would be a good. I think he was a teacher, wasn't he? Before, and I don't know. Maybe
his wife was a teacher. He has worked in the lumber industry for many years. Yeah. I'm so excited to be able to partner with Bill on this, because we can really see what you can do as a hobbyist. But Bill does a lot, and I think that we should be using more of this type of wood because it's so accessible to us. Yeah. So if anybody's into carpentry and such, they might want to come out and see what could we make out of some cottonwood.
Yeah.
And black walnut, of course. We'd all like to see what we can make out of that.
Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds very educational. Lunch is provided. It's free to the public. So if folks want to register, how do they do it?
Well, they can call the NRD, and that number is 632-2749, and just let them know at the front desk. They'll talk to Susie probably, and just let her know that you'll be attending the workshop, and then she'll get you down for the lunch count.
All right, 632-2749. Try to give them a little bit of heads up. If you don't do that for some reason, you can just kind of show up, and they'll find a way to get you some lunch. And
I'll give up my sandwich.
All right. But they'd really like you to register if you can. 632-2749. One other thing, Todd, I guess you want people to dress appropriately, although, quite frankly, it's supposed to be really nice that day, I think. So.
Correct. Right now we're looking at some nice weather, hopefully up around 70s, and hopefully the wind won't howl, but a good portion of the workshop will be outside, so please dress appropriately. That we'll go out, rain or shine.
All right, so kind of maybe bring a jacket, even if it looks like you don't need one. Probably be good to bring a jacket and some gloves. Yeah, so maybe so you can kind of work on your own on some of this. Do people get to kind of experiment with these tools and stuff while they're doing this tree pruning on that morning?
Most definitely. They'll have a chance to touch the tools, get a chance to actually use them, make some cuts on the trees as well if they want to.
Yeah, okay. All right, very good. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it. Good luck with the workshop. I'll bet you have a pretty good crowd, and it should be a fun day.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. You bet.